Well, while Hugh's just rolling a cigarette, this seems like a good time to give a content warning for this particular project. There may be some effing and jeffing, some coarse language that the young ones might not want to hear.
I think it's time for you to start to seriously consider salads.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, get off my car before you flip it over, you fat fuck.
I don't like food. I love it. Keep feeding. Lunches. Time to eat. Yo, I know the perfect meal for you.
Come down to eat.
Jesus Christ, is that all you people do? The lunch we had with Jim and Wood Chip.
And here we go.
Season finale,
Booyah!
episode 13 of The Daily Dined.
And can I start this by saying, Theo, I am never going to eat out ever again.
God no, fucking hell.
We've filled the quota of eating out and what some people probably do in a year.
Easily.
It's
So, yeah, once a month is quite extravagant, isn't it? To go to like nice restaurants and, I mean, quote unquote nice restaurants.
yeah. How are you feeling today, just in general, after eating out 13 times in a row?
Full, lethargic.
Exactly. I am knackered. I'm absolutely knackered.
There's a lot of travel, a lot of eating loads of food. Somehow, don't know how, it takes it out of you.
Fat and broke, bitches. Shall we kick off with what we had for...
Yeah, so today we alluded to maybe kind of bending the rules slightly.
Yes, yeah.
And this is a place that's kind of close to our heart. We spent a lot of time there, a lot of money there.
Too much time, too much money.
It was the legendary, the one, the only Dorking KFC. So I say bend the rules. We've broken the no chain rules.
No chains, yeah.
Same town twice.
Yeah.
We started in Dorking, we're finishing in Dorking.
Yeah, and I think good call, you know, happy with that. And honestly, I said to you at dinner today, when we eat, because it's so it's the first official day of lockdown, so had to be a takeaway. Would have been a takeaway anyway. Man, I don't know if I needed Tristan's tonight.
No, we would have managed.
Yeah, sure. But sitting here now, I'm just like, fuck me. So what did you go for?
I was a bit of a dirty dog, you know. We're getting into that lockdown spirit. I got a fillet tower burger and a boneless banquet.
Nice.
With a Pepsi Max to drink. And,
Lovely.
Beans as my side.
So I went for Zinger Tower box meal, which is my standard, with a water to drink, and I got gravy on the side, which is not my standard, but I thought, hey ho, KFC's famous for the gravy, I'll chuck in a little fan favourite.
Throwing around the word legendary a lot tonight, but
yeah,
legendary KFC gravy.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. And I got 4 pieces of breast fillets as well to top it all off.
Yeah, we didn't quite finish. Both of us had left our fillets. We had a bite of each to say that we've kind of had everything on the menu, as it were.
Yeah. Barely touched my chips as well, because they can go to hell.
Yeah, should we start with that? How KFC managed to perpetually and continuously fuck up. Like, serve soggy chips.
Yeah.
It's like, you've got a fryer, just leave them in there for like 2 minutes longer.
Yeah, they're always soggy, and today they were actually wet with grease.
Yeah.
And cold. By the time you get them home, they're cold. So cardboardy,
That's
stodgy, soggy.
Always the issue with chips. And, I mean, they've been doing it for years, but why the fuck should I have to salt my own chips? Everyone else can manage it. It is a bit shit.
Considering the amount of salt that's in everything else, it's like, bro, just chuck some salt on the chips as well. Let's not beat around the bush here.
But chips aside, I think the rest of the meal has finally obtained the legendary 1,000 points. The mythical 1,000 out of 1,000.
I was going to give it 1,000 as well to round it off.
Pod over.
Yeah, so I'll just start. When I first opened my burger, I thought, oof, that chicken fillet looks a bit dead, a bit dry. But once I started chomping on it, going through with the cheese and the hash brown and the spicy sauce, it was actually really good.
Yeah.
Well put together and just quite nice.
I had to reconstruct mine a little bit, as you often do. But it was the nicest burger I've had from KFC in a while.
Yeah, it was really good. So we were the only people in there. One
other customer pops in while we were ordering.
Which I was quite surprised about.
Yeah, it's bonfire night.
Yeah.
The town was ablaze with fireworks popping off in every corner.
But the actual high street was dead as well.
We didn't really see much of it.
Well, yeah. How was your burger?
As I said.
Good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Same deal with the chicken wings. When I opened them, I thought, oh, bloody hell, here we go. But then bit into them, the breading or the batter was nice and crispy. The chicken, you're never going to get good, big chicken wings from KFC, but for what they were good.
I think it might just partly be the euphoria of the last meal.
Mm.
Although, going back to cooking again, it's going to be strange.
Yeah, we've definitely become accustomed to a lifestyle, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so. Dangerous lifestyle.
I'm looking forward to like a salad or something. I'm so full, thinking about all the meals as well.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here just...
A nice small supper.
Yeah, for sure. So I got the gravy, as I said, and it sucked. I've always thought the gravy has sucked.
Yeah.
But today, I think, particularly sucked. So our little brother always gets the gravy. He loves it. And I said, try that, what do you think? And he said it was really good. But to me, it was just super peppery and salty. So it was just meh.
Gross. Yeah, the popcorn chicken. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine.
Mm.
I know it's just kind of blended up chicken skin,
Sure.
but
If it tastes good, it tastes good.
It's pretty good. Don't really have much else to say about the meal.
No.
Beans were fine. Fillet was fine. Like little chicken pieces.
But it was good. It was quite salty today,
Mm.
I found. I'll still eat them, but...
Yeah. And there's only one person wearing a mask. That was a guy on the till.
Mm.
Everyone else in the kitchen wasn't wearing a mask.
Mm.
I don't know if you have to in the workplace. I thought you did now, but
I'm not sure. Yeah, I really don't know. I thought you had to as well, but...
a bit dirty.
Yeah. KFC Dorking, for crying out loud.
Yeah, so should we...
Oh, that's another thing, actually. I spent $13.98 or something, or $12.98, which I think is quite a lot. So the 4 strips by themselves were like a £5,
Yeah.
which I think is loads.
£1.25 per strip.
Yeah, I think that's quite a lot. I've thought this recently when getting KFC in general, though. I think it's getting quite steep, actually.
Mm.
You know, they're not world renowned and recognised for dishing up shit chicken. So I always think the chicken's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so. Better than the McDonald's chicken. And couldn't tell you the last time I had Burger King chicken, because Burger King's a fucking waste of time.
Fuck Burger King.
Yeah.
But fried chicken is one of my favourite things as well, which helps for sure. One of my favourite things just to eat, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, should we score this bad boy, wrap up this portion and get on to
Yes.
a kind of roundup of
Yeah.
of the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, for sure. So, 1,000 out of 1,000.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you actually want a proper score?
Yeah.
What did I give Taco? Chicken was decent, burger was decent, it was cheap, chips sucked. I'm going to give it 383.
383.
Yeah.
That surprises me. So it was a decent meal. And it's like, I don't know, no surprises. We knew the chips were going to suck. Gravy's always sucked dick. So we say 383.
Yeah.
So I've compiled a list of our scores.
That's quite high.
Very high.
Let me revise it.
I was thinking like
Fuck's sake.
310.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a bit better than tacos. They did well tonight as well, as I said. The burger was probably the best burger I've had out of a KFC in a while. Then I haven't been to KFC much in a while, so...
323. Change mine to. Sorry. I do that an awful lot. I hear your score, and then I'm like, no, change it.
So, don't know what's happened, Hudson. I was always scoring higher than you,
Mm.
and the last 3, I've scored lower. You've scored higher. I'm not quite sure why. I figured out the averages of our scores for all the restaurants. So should we... dedicated listeners, presumably, have already made their own spreadsheet.
Yeah.
For those who haven't, in 3rd place, we have a firm favourite, the local where we started our trip,
Okay.
Sorrel.
Nice. I didn't realise you... Yeah, good job.
With an average score of 809.5.
I think that's a very decent and deserving score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, second place, was Dastan's,
Nice. Well deserving.
which, again, that blew us away.
Mm-hmm.
Was,
Yeah, for sure.
Again, one of the best meals I've ever had, and such a reasonable price.
Yes.
With an average score of 905.
If I may interject. So for me, yes, very deserving of second. That's a quite high score.
It is quite a high score,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. We could talk about revisions potentially.
Yeah.
If there are any scores we would change.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
And no surprise to anyone who's listened, Menu Gordon Jones of Bath is the winner.
Well deserving winner. Very well deserving.
Average score of 929,
Yeah.
which is insane.
That is... I like that that's how it's come out, because that's perfectly fine with me. For first, second and for the third, for sure.
Yeah. So, what would you change? You've been talking a lot about the last few episodes that
Shall we go through the list?
Because we started. Well, there's some I don't want to change necessarily.
Okay.
So if it's just talk about the ones that you would want to change.
Okay,
And I'll
alright.
talk about any that I might want to change.
So I would change Thai Terrace. I would go a little bit lower.
Yeah, I think I went a bit mad on Thai Terrace.
So-
I scored 583.
That's high. I'm looking at the low 400s for Thai Terrace, so I'm gonna give it 407.
407.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really should be looking at the mid to high 400s. I'd say. I think that's fair because it was very good.
It was good, but it wasn't
So I'm gonna go
over 5. Is yeah.
I'm going 473.
Okay.
So knocking 110 off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, that's hindsight and it's kind of getting to know the rating system a bit better.
I'm also going to change Duke of Cumberland Arms.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I assume down.
If I'm knocking off a few points, shall I just not bother?
Well, it depends how much. Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay. Duke of Cumberland Arms, I'm going to give it 497.
4 nights. So knocking off 30 points. Taking a shade under 400. I think I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
Don't think I changed that. I think that was a fair
Okay.
estimation of the restaurant and the calibre of the food and service.
Dastarn's very well deserving second place in total, but 875 is a high score.
I mean, mine's 935, and I don't think I want to change it.
Oh, really?
Again, if I were to, I'd maybe drop it by 10 or 20 points. That hardly seems worth it, really. So I think I stick with my guns there. I was so blown away. Hopefully it comes across in that episode. So what would you change yours to? And we'll see if that affects its position on the leaderboard.
822. That's what I would
822.
give it. So still a high score.
Still a high score. I won't even bother checking because it still beat out Sorrel.
I'm kind of tempted to go lower on Takarace.
Really?
But no, I mean, there
See-
was some skill there and stuff, so I think 300 is fine, actually.
Yeah, you're just adjusting down. So I think I went a bit too high on 5 Spice.
Where are we on 5?
So I thought I scored Clark's higher than I did. So I only scored 5 Spice like 3 points lower than Clark's. I thought I went a chunk down. So I'm going to knock off. I called it 30 points. So it's 2-1-2.
I'll leave my 5 Spice, I think.
Okay, so that means that's another score that's lower than yours.
Right, can we get into Little Fish Market?
Yeah, we were very harsh, weren't we?
You know what? No, actually. So yesterday I gave it 684. I'm sticking to 684. Actually, weighing up everything, I'm just going to stick with that.
Yeah, I'm going to bring mine up, I think. I'm going to take it to 683.
Dirty Doug.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't noticed yet, all my revisions have just been in the decimal column, like the 10 column.
Menu Gordon Jones is one to talk about next as well. 958 and 9.
Yeah, I stand by that, I think.
Okay.
That's the most incredible meal I've ever had.
So thinking about it, I'm more tempted to stick by it. I can't drop it. I can't drop it. No, that's staying at 900.
Yeah.
I was so convinced I was going to drop it, but
You're getting yourself all psyched up.
Yeah.
And you just thinking about that meal, what an experience it was.
I'm going to leave
Because
it
it
at
was
900.
a hell of an experience.
It really was. Yeah, leave that. I was so convinced I was going to drop that. I think that's all the alterations I want to make, actually.
Yeah. Black Rat, you were talking about in private, weren't you changing or no? I made that up. It's Sorrel, I'm surprised.
I'm really happy with my score on Sorrel.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I'll keep Black Rat the same. Do you want to keep Black Rat the same? Because your score's high.
Yeah, I think I do actually.
Mhm.
Again, it was an incredible experience for the price. You were disappointed with the duck leg, weren't you?
Yeah.
I was really enjoyed my wood pigeon, so I'd keep that the same, I think. So yeah, I think that's alterations done. So KFC scores higher than Takara's, 5 Spice, and Clark's.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
I'm thinking about it, I'm tempted to bring. No, I'm not.
Tempted to bring what? What were you going to say?
When I was trying to find the score for Clark's, I think we were quite generous on it. I think the scores kind of reflect how good it was, but we were like, oh yeah, better than the average fry-up.
It
Was it? It was
No,
an average
no.
fry-up. It was a very average
It was an
fry-up.
average fry-up, wasn't it? 200 is generous.
Nah, I don't know. I think that's pretty good for an average.
What I hope comes across as well is reasoning for the scores. So why somewhere might score.
Yeah.
So why a shitty fry-up, not shitty, but an average fry-up might score quite well.
Yeah, because it's part of it is expectation. It's what
Yeah.
we're walking into the restaurant wanting, and I think maybe that's why my score for like the Little Fish Market and that's why Takara's was so low.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
came in expecting great things and was dashed. Little Fish Market, controversial. It's interesting that Bull Rush still has such a high score, given that that lamb was so bad. I don't know.
The lamb was bad, but I have scored it lower than the black rat, so...
Yeah, so have I, but not by a huge amount. But then, again, it's such a roller coaster. I don't even want to start thinking about it again.
No.
Because...
Let it be.
Yeah, just it was what it was.
I'm quite happy with my scoring overall. I've made a few changes, sure. I thought I was going to blow this list to pieces and completely revise and... But no, I'm happy. The reason I'm happy is because I thought I was being way too generous
Yeah.
a lot of the time. But being able to sit and look...
Reflect upon it.
Yeah, I'm happy with my scores. I think we've done a good job on the scoring.
Looking at Death Stands again. I still think it deserves second place for the experience, for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
9:35 is mad.
That's... Oh, you gave Gordon Jones 9.58. 9.35. That's high. You going to leave it?
9:20. I'm going to drop it down a wee bit.
Peer pressure.
It was a hell of an experience, but I definitely think it deserves to score in the 9s, particularly for that price. And
So what did you just give it? 9.20. So
Yeah.
80 points off of a perfect meal.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Again, 'cause I think it's partly because it just blew... I was expecting a decent curry, but I was not expecting that. It just blew me out of the water. So now we've talked about our scores. Should we get to the uncomfortable matter, the elephant in the room, of how much fucking money we spent on this?
I don't know if it's appropriate to say. Yeah, of course. Yeah. People, we can't leave it lingering.
And maybe people could do the maths if they want. We've said the price for every meal.
For every meal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, speaking of which, 11.38 is what I spent at KFC.
So, I knew we were going to spend a lot. I was expecting about 25% less than
Yeah.
that, I think.
We said we kind of came into this thinking 500 to 700.
Yes. Which I thought, when we discussed 7, I thought, bloody hope not.
Yeah. Bloody hope not. But the actual figure, the grand total, comes to
I'm wincing.
a staggering... This is not including the hotel either.
Not including the hotel, boozing.
Well, no, that's including the boozing at the restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it doesn't include the hotel in Bristol, but it doesn't include the night out there. It doesn't include the mandatory tinnies while
Yeah.
we're recording, or petrol or anything.
Or my diet plan and personal trainer after this.
Do you like how well I'm drawing it out? Okay, a staggering £1,833.78
It makes me wince. 13 days.
over
and we've
£900
spent £900
each.
We have single-handedly saved the hospitality industry through lockdown 2.0. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Yeah, goddamn. E-Town to help out. Go on then, challenge accepted.
I don't need your discounts, buddy.
We went to Tristan's tonight. That would have pushed it over £2,000.
Well over. Yeah.
And the little fish market
Dicked us.
accounts for 15% of that total.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Did we do justice on the price in the podcast yesterday, do you think?
I can't remember.
No. I was so trashed last night.
Looking back, I was drunker than I thought I was.
I was obliterated,
Fucking
man.
drunk, yeah.
So we had a few pre-drinks
Obviously.
in Brighton, and I said, look, I don't want to be pissed before. And then Theo ordered another pint, so I I can't be like a little pussy. I downed my beer, caught up with Theo, got another pint.
And neither of us had eaten since lunch.
It was so unnecessary, me drinking all those pints. Because it was wine after wine after wine. I was like, please just slow down.
Yeah, one or two of the wines that came was like still half a glass left.
And I did not need that G&T for love nor money. I really did not need that.
No, we were on the sesh though.
Do you think we were badly behaved at the Little Fish Market? You think we were alright?
I think maybe me marching out at the end.
Yeah.
Was really
Oh, whatever. We
Yeah.
were done. They didn't give us Irish coffee. We were out. You were out.
pretty much.
On the whole, I think our behaviour was fine though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
was just trash.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one thing I've learned, Theo, no matter how terrible your main course is, unless you are literally, I'm talking you figuratively, unless you literally send
sending
it
it
back, just don't fucking
They
slag
don't
it
care.
off because they do not care.
What did I say then?
Last night I was just going to leave it, but you slagged off the turbot main.
Yeah.
you were saying, oh, the puree kind of sucks, and
Wow.
I think you even went into the texture of the fish and stuff.
Fucking
So
hell.
I was just sitting there like, Theo, shut the fuck up. And this poor waiter was just like, oh, sorry.
No.
Is that the one? But was that the one where that guy was like, oh, you wait till the next course after that amazing bream?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was playing at.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad there. No,
And
listen.
can we go through your feedbacks of the season, or do you not want to?
No, that's fine. We go through
Okay.
it. I just want to say.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I would always be, as you said, unless I'm sending it back, I would always normally be very kind of like, oh, it was fine.
The pod has gone to your head, man.
Booze has gone to my head.
Well,
And the fact that people keep asking, and I'm trying to have a nice chat. It's not like I'm blaming him. It's not like I'm shutting him
you're
down.
always very polite about
Yeah,
it.
I'm just like, you asked, so here's my answer.
Exactly. No, you're always very not apologetic, because you're not apologising, but very just honest and polite.
I'm dropping 160 quid on this meal.
And very polite about it as well.
So, okay.
That stung, didn't it? £160. We did not tip them well at all.
Could we not? Oh, 'cause,
Like less than 15 quid.
so it came to a shade over. Oh, so it was 306 and we gave him 320.
Yeah, it's pretty shit tip.
It's like a 5% tip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was also.
Man, if he's charging those prices, he can afford to pay his staff, so...
Yeah, pretty butthurt about the bill in the first place.
Yeah.
I should have saw it coming. I knew how much everything was really. Didn't know how much the G&Ts were, to be fair, but. Yeah.
Let me...
No, that's not great, is it?
No. I didn't notice at the time, though, so I only
Yeah.
clocked it when I looked through the receipt this morning.
So we kind of rounded up, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
We just left. Not a terrible tip, but the service was good. So yeah,
The service was good.
maybe we'll go and stick another tenner in the letterbox.
I knocked off £1 off the tip off of everything, every word I couldn't hear them say.
We're going to tip them £1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, we went into it last night. But
Go on then, feedback of the season.
oh yeah, so there was that one which was not even funny. It was just like, oh man. But then the one at Bull Rush, 2 at Bull Rush were quite funny. So when rightfully so actually, because again it was the main.
Yeah.
These tasting menus seem to fuck up the main, which is really disappointing.
So that should be the solid classics.
Exactly.
Those are the ones that should be sticking around on the menu for six months a year.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
they kind of change the frilly bits around
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So you said to the waitress at Bull Rush about the lamb.
Yeah.
Again, rightfully so. She asked, you gave an honest opinion, and then she just chatted some shit back as well.
Well, I
don't know what the fuck she was on
pretty
about.
much said it's a bit hit and miss,
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
and she was like, "Oh yeah, with so many different types of beer, I guess you're not gonna like it all." And it's like,
Yeah, but the main bit, the main component of the plate, and then. With the pudding, when you were like, oh, I just didn't really get any tea. And then she just went off with another rap that did not connect
the
at all.
sponge is like dehydrated. It's like, what am I missing here? It's something we have both grasped the wrong end, a completely
Oh,
wrong
it was so
fucking
funny.
stick.
I watched this fucking meltdown happen before my eyes.
And I was the sober one.
You and this lady just talking about completely different things. And it was just like, what the fuck is going on? That was funny. Oh, what was your other honest feedback?
I mean, it was all honest feedback at Das Stands, but that was all positive. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
awkward.
looking at the negatories here. Was it Takarays when you had that sponge thing? Or did...
Takarays was the really fucking awkward one, where he was like, so,
yeah,
so did you like it? And
we both sat there and said nothing.
he was like, oh, you're just saying that to be nice. Didn't say anything, literally. I was kind of like...
You
again,
were
I
on,
was-
you were so close.
I was trying.
I was like, Theo, please, just don't say anything.
Because if I was the drinker on that day,
You
I
would-
think I'd probably be like, well,
You would have laid in. I'm so glad you didn't know.
it's this close.
They're not going to knock it off the bill, are they?
No, of course not, but I was just...
Get the chef out here right now. We didn't bother with 5 Spice. He didn't ask, did he?
No, don't ask, don't tell.
I think that's all of them, actually. I thought there was one more, but I've...
No, I don't...
No, I thought there was one more.
So I enjoyed everything that you come
The waitresses at Menu Gordon Jones must have thought I was an absolute bumder. They after when they came to collect every dish, I was just like, oh my god, it was amazing. Like,
But it was.
and they were so tired of my shit at the end.
Rolling their eyes.
Oh, this guy's going to tell us how amazing it was again. But it really was, so I don't regret that at all.
And I got a cheeky wink out of it.
Alright,
That's the best feedback. The best thing that's ever happened to me, Adam.
what next?
What, season 3?
No, anything next for this episode?
Oh. Oh, we're still here, are we? Fuck. Do you want to maybe list off a highlight or two and a low point or two, or we've already done that really, haven't we?
We have sort of done that.
Is there anything you want to add? Would you recommend someone try this?
Would I recommend it? It was great fun.
It's been
If you're a
loads of fun.
foodie and there are a few restaurants that would change, would I recommend? That's such a hard question. I'd probably do it again, like next year. So
I think
yes,
I would.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
I think I would. Yeah, as you said, with the qualifications that you have to love food.
Yes.
You have to be a real foodie, and you have
Put
to
away some money is what I would do if we did this again. So
Yeah.
if we arranged it, I'd put away a couple hundo for a few months just for this sort of thing.
Sure.
Because the price hurts, man. It really does.
Yeah, rather than just taking it straight out of the savings. Yeah, a bit of prep work maybe. Not go for those pints every weekend or like the weekday.
So there was a couple I wish I was less drunk for. So Little Fish Market, I wish I wasn't that drunk.
Yeah.
And I was going to say Sorrel, but I get smashed every time I go to Sorrel, so actually I'm not going to say that. For the pod, I wish I wasn't that pissed for Sorrel.
For sure.
But I do genuinely kind of wish I wasn't that pissed yesterday. Not that I didn't have a fantastic time and enjoy Brighton, but I couldn't appreciate my wine flight, and fuck you.
Head was spinning by the end of it.
Yeah, and I was just a bit...
And as I would, if you were going to do it, I'd be like, prepare yourself to not really bat an eyelid when they come up with a £300 plus bill. Or a £200 plus bill for two people.
Were there any that genuinely we were like, fuck's sake? Like, wow, how have we done that?
And Tackerays was pretty, for fuck's sake.
That was, yeah.
But then that was due to quality, not
Yeah.
anything else. So
I think I was too pissed to be like, fuck's sake, yesterday. I just take my money. But today I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. 5 Spice, I was a little bit like, really?
yeah, that was a bit of an eye roller.
So it was 75.80 or something. And I was a bit like, oh, really? Fucking hell. But Menu Gordon Jones, more than happy to pay the price.
Yeah.
Sorrel, we went for the whole 9 yards, champagne and Irish coffee, so happy to pay that price.
I mean, the whole night.
Thai Terrace made me wince.
Yeah, we didn't get the tasting menu at Sorrel.
No, true.
Which I think if it was anywhere else, or if Sorrel wasn't first, we may have gone for the tasting
I
menu.
think you're probably right, yeah. Thai Terrace made me wince, actually. £60 each.
Is there anywhere you would have wanted to go that we didn't go due to circumstance, distance, price? Because the Elephant was one that we were talking about in Torquay,
Yeah, I would love
which
to
is
go
a
there.
fair whack away.
Yeah.
Was it the same guy for the Little Fish Market have a restaurant in Cornwall? Was that someone else?
Oh, does he? Oh, I don't know.
No, that was the guy that you wanted. We were talking about that had 2 restaurants somewhere.
Oh, in Cornwall, so there's a very famous chef, Nathan Outlaw. We sort of floated and Theo quickly and rightly shut me down, because that would have been ridiculous. 2 restaurants of his in Cornwall, which I would like to go to.
Or at least one of them.
Yeah. Other than that, obviously Tackerays.
The Whitebrook would have been nice to kind of really soak up and dispense. Just let it all out, because with the podcast format, because that was a hell of a meal, and that's in Wye Valley in Wales. I think we just talked about it before.
If we went to Wales on the Friday of Tackerays and made our way back, that would have been quite cool.
Yeah, but then obviously Wales was properly locked down by that point, so that was never going to happen. If we were to do it again, would you bother with places like 5 Spice and Clark's? Or would you just save up, do a bit of overtime, save up a bit more, and try and just go to like nicer places for the whole thing?
I think, good question, I think make it a real whole quality of food orientated experience. So save up a bit more dough and go to nicer places, I think.
Because for like our Chinese, we were talking about going to like a pretty well renowned hot pot in London.
Yeah.
Which would have been a hell of an experience.
That would have been good fun. Yeah, so we didn't touch London at all, which is a massive shame.
Because you didn't want to get the train.
I think in the end made the right call, especially with the tier system and shit.
Yeah, I suppose.
No. Honestly, I don't mind the listeners knowing. I was not keen on going to London, particularly.
London is a bit of a pain in the arse, but then it's probably a food centre in and of itself.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy as this little not London trip, but next time definitely delve deep in. maybe just a London trip or something if I were to plan it again.
This is a great tour of the southeast, excluding London, with a cheeky bit of West Country thrown in.
Yeah, so next time I would do, if we were, let's say same format,
We could do London. We could do 2 weeks
like
in
London or like a week in London or something, yeah.
Week in London, week in Edinburgh.
Yeah, something like that. That would be fucking amazing, yeah. So yeah, a little bit bummed we didn't go, but I'll be honest, that was sort of my doing, not going to London.
Yeah, well, I'm just more bummed out about the one Chinese.
Five Spice sucked arse,
Yeah.
man. It really sucked.
And obviously I've got a lot of affinity for China and Chinese food, so going to find some like proper, authentic, real Chinese food would have been cool.
Yeah, you're right.
But given the current conditions and London being a pain in the arse in general.
That was my only reasoning, and it is a shame. And it would have been fine, but you never know. So yeah, we'd definitely change out the cheaper ones, I think. It's not, but I do feel Clark's is a bit cheeky.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a cheat, but I do feel it's a bit cheeky.
Yeah, I mean...
Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
It's a classic British food.
Sure, yeah.
It's British cuisine, so for all our international listeners, it gives a good cross-section of what one can expect. Because we don't really do breakfast in this country, apart from the fry-up.
Exactly, and it's a staple, isn't it? Well,
Yeah, the full English, so... I'm not sure it's a bad one to have in there.
Sure, okay, yeah, you've swung me.
There are probably nicer fry-ups we could have gone for.
Yeah, I think it was just...
It was a time, we were both working.
Yeah.
I mean, I took this week off.
I would...
but-
That's another thing. I would take time off next time,
oh
for
god,
sure.
yeah.
I wish I had today off.
Oh, it was nice, man. Chilled out, well, noted down all the scores and did averages and a little bit of editing. Just a nice relaxed way to see it off. But fuck me. 1,800 squids.
It's no joke. Just before Christmas as well.
Yeah, good thing Christmas is cancelled there.
Yeah. You got anything else to say?
Just that it's been a hell of a time.
It has been.
I'm glad we did this, Hudson.
Favourite leg of the journey? It's got to be Bath Bristol.
Yeah.
I had so much fun
That was such a good
drinking in
experience.
Bristol. That was good fun. Yeah, really enjoyed that.
So we've done dish of the day every day, apart from today because it's fucking KFC. The gravy. Dish of the trip. Dish of the trip.
Oh, I should have prepared myself. Right. I've got a couple that come straight to mind.
Mhm.
So up there are the pigeon with peanut sauce at Menu Gordon Jones, just because it completely blew my mind and was not what I was expecting and delivered on all angles.
You can whack a star or a P or something to make a note. Because that soup as well was killer from them.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's not my dish.
No.
But-
Vindaloo certainly up there for me.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'll just put C for curry.
Yeah.
My fucking chicken. I've forgotten the name. I apologise. My chicken curry at Das Tanz was amazing. No, that's French. Chateaubrand or something.
Chateauneuf de Pape. Yeah, I'll get that real quick. You look through.
The venison at Sorrel. Yes, I gave the pith puree a hard time.
Okay, yeah.
Apart from that, what a fucking fantastic dish.
Chicken chetinade.
Oh, Theo, you're fucking pork belly.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely up there. Chicken chetinade. It's the-
Chicken chetinade. I'm so glad I got that. Your vindaloo was good, but that was right up my street, the chicken
I love
chetinade.
that Vindaloo.
Little Fish Market, the bream with the blood orange Bermonte butter sauce thing
okay.
was amazing. And the monkfish. Really
Yeah.
enjoyed that as well.
I think I preferred the
I'm going to go with the bream.
bream as well from the...
So those are my
But the nigiri as well. That salmon just...
Oh yeah, I think you like that.
Away.
Oh, sorry, that one. I was thinking of the crackle one. That was good, but didn't compete with the bream for me.
No, that... I don't know. It's probably just the nicest sushi I've ever had.
I think we said we wouldn't yesterday. I would go back to Little Fish Market.
Yeah. I think I'd need some time.
Yeah.
I need some time to let the horrific bill fade into a memory.
I would go back, and I think that would
Yeah.
be one my girlfriend would like as well.
I think
She
I would
loves
go back.
fish, so...
If any potential girlfriends are out there, want to go for the most expensive meal? Yeah, I would go back.
I would definitely go back. So I completely take back, because I think we were both pissed and like, no, I'm going to go back there. Fucking Irish coffee, they can't even do an Irish coffee. So I'm going to put it on record, I would definitely go back to Little Fish Market. And might plan to, actually, because I really enjoyed a lot of the dishes. So
Ox tongue from Bulrush.
good, but not for me. Do you want me to mark it down for you?
Yeah, mark it down. Because that That's what led to part of what led to such a high score for me.
Yeah, great dish, but if we're talking dish of the trip, not quite for me. It was fucking good though. It was fucking good. Any puds you got going on?
So I loved that honey and yogurt.
The one from do you want me to mark it?
None of the puddings are.
Okay.
I've had some of the best puddings that I've ever had on this trip.
Yes, same. Yeah.
But my sweet tooth just isn't there enough for me that to be memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't even think of any of the puddings until you said,
How?
What did we have for pudding yesterday?
Oh, that fucking burnt chocolate thing.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not going back. Fuck it.
We murked that as well, I think, yesterday. How deep do you mind me going with the questions? Can I just throw a few out there?
Anything.
Best bread course. So we'll come back to this because I need to
okay.
think about the best dish.
Something to mull over a little bit.
Best bread course of the trip.
So I mean that squid ink roll
I keep forgetting about that. Yeah.
was amazing. The menu Gordon Jones. Was it smoked monkey bean or something? Pate it was with.
Is that what it was? I keep forgetting. I've got the
Something
menu
like
upstairs.
There was another one. What was the other fucking cracking bread course? Yesterday was really good. That sourdough. Oh.
Yeah, we
Oh.
went into that, didn't we? Yeah.
What was the one at Bull Rush? Oh,
The onion chutney thing.
Yeah. Well, no, very nice. But
I know I'm bumming it further, but I'm gonna have to go for menu Gordon Jones's bread course. Although that squid ink parmesan roll from Black Rat, I could eat a basket of those.
I'm trying to think. There was another really good. I'm sure there's another bread course that was great. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the squid ink.
Nice.
It was so novel.
I'm glad,
It was so
yeah.
unique, and it just
I'm glad. Yeah.
blew me away.
Best waiter or waitress?
I mean, best arse or best service?
Best service for now. I've got mine in my head.
The dude at Das Dan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So all the other fancy restaurants did a great job. I feel like he doesn't have to be that good.
No.
But he really was.
It's like a fucking uncle. He was like,
Yeah.
A couple of the boys in, he's just like
Exactly. He
pointing in the right
tended
way.
to us so well and read what we were about so well, and he could tell we appreciated the food. He went actually above and beyond.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
my waiter / waitress is the dude from Das Dan's. Didn't catch his name, unfortunately. But yeah.
Another reason that Das Dan's is second, or part of the reason.
Yeah, part of the reason.
They're
Sure.
second on the list.
Yeah, he was really, really good waiter. Worst dish of the trip.
So it wasn't the worst, but the most disappointing was definitely the lamb from.
Most, yeah, I would say that's most
Disappointing because it was so we built it up so much. Worst, because that fucking crab thing from Bull Rush was pretty fucking gross.
It's not the worst. It's nowhere near the worst for me though.
No.
But
Maybe just because it's so fresh in my memory. But the monkfish yesterday. No, not the monkfish.
salad.
No. That. What was the fish course that was?
Oh, the turbot.
The turbot.
Ooh,
Again, just because it's so
Ooh.
badly done.
Theo. That
Again, I think that's another one. It's like my expectations were so high.
Sure.
They were dashed.
the waiter did not do any favours on that point as well. Damn. Yeah. Okay. It wasn't. It didn't cut the mustard, but goddamn. Okay. I'm thinking the Kung Pao chicken at
Fucking hell.
Five Spice
Yeah.
was
okay.
abysmal,
Sure.
and either that
I'd blank that from my memory, you see.
Either that or my main from Takarays was so disappointing.
You had the fish, didn't you?
Yeah. Turbot, they really
turbot.
fucked up that turbot. Something rotten. They
Like
wasted that
venison.
turbot.
Yeah, and that's a bit rubbish.
I'm going to have to go with the Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah.
It really sucked. Didn't have any nuts, as you said.
Right. Was there anything else that really... That was the only thing we didn't finish.
Yeah.
So I think, Kung Pao chicken.
Worst waiter or waitress of the... That's quite hard because we haven't really had any particularly bad waiting experience.
I mean, obviously I'm going to cut this, but that greasy head prick at fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about him today, and I'm fucking gobsmacked he didn't make it into the pod on the...
No, because it sounds so mean, that's why this...
And his service wasn't bad either.
No, it was just... I don't trust you.
He's just a greaseball. That's No, I'm not going to bother with that, because even at Takarays, the guy was really nice. We had a chat about the watches. So we've been very lucky with service
We
overall.
haven't had a bad one at all. Unless any of them want to step forward after listening to the pod and...
Show yourselves.
I smash in your food.
Yeah.
Well, they're all lovely, actually. We've had a really good selection.
We have, yeah, we really have.
Best amuse-bouche.
I'm gonna go for Little Fish Market.
Yeah.
Are we calling that an amuse-bouche or
It
or
was,
is that like a course?
it was plated like an amuse-bouche, though, really.
I'm gonna call it an amuse-bouche.
Yeah.
The Little Fish Market. That, how do you say it? The salmon one.
Nigiri.
Blew my fucking socks off. So
Yeah. A little bit of crackling with king prawns. Oh. I mean, sorrel's always got a good amuse-bouche, as you say, it's always the same.
old hat, mate.
And we're excluding a lot of restaurants that don't do amuse-bouches.
Best pudding. How bad is this? I've forgotten the puddings that Gordon Jones. Oh no, it was that. Yeah, no, I haven't.
Oh, the pudding's good, yeah.
It was that foamy cardamom thing as a pre-dessert.
Sure, yeah.
And what was the main dessert? The fucking souffle, but really nice souffle, the banoffee souffle.
So, honourable mention goes to that marinated fig tart at Black Rat.
Yeah, I wish I got that.
But I think, again, maybe just part of, like, I wasn't expecting it to be so damn good, and it was. It was the, like, mead, or honey and yoghurt
Oh yeah,
sorbet with dehydrated sponge and that bee pollen cracker
Yeah.
on top.
that was good. That was good.
That was really, really nice. I'm trying to think, there was another really good one. Maybe that was Menu Gordon Jones I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think that one for me.
I think mine was probably sorrel because I like that acidity and freshness when I get a pudding.
Sure.
So that's what I
Remember what you had?
I had the grapefruit, coffee, maybe basil. I don't think it was basil, but something. That's what I want when I get a pudding. So,
Yeah, the sorrel ice cream was very good as well.
so shall we round it up with dish of the trip?
Okay.
If you're ready to round up those.
Yep.
So this is a hard one.
It's surprisingly not hard for me, I think.
I think you're going to go for your pork cheek vindaloo.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that just blew me away. Haven't had anything like that. And I think you're going to go for... Oh, I really don't know, actually.
I've got a couple that are real contenders. Even so, your pork cheek vindaloo even beat the pork belly at sorrel.
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Still hands down the best pork belly I've ever had.
Yeah,
But,
this is so hard. What did you think I was going to go for?
so I was thinking the broom. But then I thought, no, I think that wood pigeon blew him away. And I was like, oh, I don't know, but you really like that venison as well from sorrel. So,
It might be the bream.
yeah,
The fish was so perfectly cooked.
that was...
The sauce was amazing. But the pigeon was unique on so many levels and just packed a real punch. And the best pigeon dish I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the pigeon at Menu Gordon Jones. And that is not taken lightly. There's been so many good dishes on this trip.
We have been so well catered for, so well treated.
Yeah, that's a really hard choice. And I'll probably think about it later and be like, oh, was it though? And, yeah. What a trip though, man.
What a trip.
Some fucking phenomenal food. A few more downs than I expected.
Yeah.
But kept it interesting. But more than I expected.
I mean, a lot of them came from the Bull Rush having a Michelin star. I think that made the downs hurt a bit more.
I know I said it on the day, but can I reiterate? Gordon Jones have been open for 9 years.
Yeah.
And it's criminal, from my experience, that they haven't got a Michelin star. I've been to a few restaurants that have that accolade and, in my opinion, didn't quite deserve it. Yeah, like white tablecloth and pretty good service. But I'm gobsmacked Gordon Jones does not have a Michelin star.
So where would you put Gordon Jones in your list of top restaurants?
I would really have to sit down and think about this. It's going in the top 5. Just for sake of the question,
Yeah.
I'm going to put it 5 on my top 5. Number 5 on my top 5.
Yeah, nice.
But I'd have to really make a spreadsheet and score each place I've been to.
Do.
But
A whole podcast by yourself.
yeah, I'm going to put it, number 5.
Nice.
So, can I just say, on terms of the scoring and a perfect score, I don't know how interesting this is, so
No,
cut it
no.
out. The only place that I would have ever given 1,000 to is, now this is going to be controversial, Restaurant Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
When I went with Alex for the tasting menu in Wine Flight,
Yeah, fucking hell.
it was absolutely faultless, as I kept saying afterwards.
Literally
I think
faultless.
that could have gotten a pointless
Perfect score.
perfect score.
So literally, like, there's nothing they could have done better.
No, it was that good, man.
Fair enough.
It was that good.
And, tell the listeners, I was going to say remind me, but tell the listeners How much?
Oh,
That
don't.
little
Well, this
excursion.
has knocked 300 points straight off it, so it's not even in my top 5 anymore. It was just me and my little brother. We spent... No wonder they were smiling while fucking us in the arse. Alex and I have paid for fucking Ramsey's fucking extension on his Cornwall house, man. We spent £800 on dinner. That makes me wince. I was so embarrassed telling people that because it's an embarrassing amount of money to spend on dinner.
On a meal, yeah.
But
I can get out of the podcast if you want. But
no, it's fine. We've just spent 1,800 quid, so
that would barely cover 2 dinners.
how bad is that? I know. Yeah, that's just a little side note, just to give reference to what I would consider a perfect score.
Yeah.
Worst toilet of the trip. That's such a rant. That's a shit. No, that's a shit question.
The bull rush for the fucking bath.
Oh, Black Rat.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a
Yeah.
shit question.
None of them particularly nice, so Sorrow was probably the nicest, but I cut that bit from the episode because I kept saying men's gents.
yeah. Send me the raw when you've got a minute. Kasha, best restaurant you've been to? It can be cut. Have you got one that springs to mind immediately?
Yeah, the winter one we went in.
Oh, Sketch.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sketch.
nice.
I
Yeah.
love Sketch. Was amazing.
Nice. Yeah.
And then it's followed by Sorrel.
Nice. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad.
Ritz, we went. Where was the cigar
Yeah,
place?
Ritz is always a good. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Ritz. Yeah, nice.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll be up soon. Ish.
Don't know, have you got anything else?
We can just chill, keep it running for a minute if you're happy. With that.
Yeah, of course.
I haven't got any other burning questions because, as you said, I think we're doing a nice little roundup, but that's exactly what we're doing in each episode as well. So,
Yeah, but it's nice to kind of look back as well, isn't it? Reflect on that.
did the travelling bother you at all?
No, it lent to the tiredness, I think.
Yeah.
what we were doing.
I thought it was not bother me. It's never. I'm happy to travel, so that's never going to bother me. But I did think maybe I was going to be more tired, but I really wasn't. I was absolutely fine. A couple of days, maybe a bit groggy, a bit moody, until sitting down and having like some food, and just being absolutely fine again. So
Yeah, exactly. I almost think being the driver for the Bristol Bath leg probably was a good thing
do you think?
in that I probably had more appreciation of the food because I wasn't really had like a beer with the meal.
Yeah. So my
Yeah.
wine pairing at Bath at Gordon Jones, I was so happy to get that. So that lent perfectly for me. No, on the whole,
No, fair enough.
I've enjoyed when I've driven. I don't think it's made much of a difference for me. Oh yeah. Best drink. Have you got anything that springs
I
to
was going
mind?
to ask you that actually.
I've got one. I've got a clear, I would say, winner.
You go then, because I'm going to have to think about it.
My Sage and Honey Tom Collins
Oh,
from the
yeah.
Bull Rush. I could have drank those all the way home. they were really good.
A bucket to go, please.
Yeah, they were really good. That's a spring
Yeah.
to mind, the best one.
Fair enough. I only really drank beer. That dessert wine at Black Rat was very nice.
Yep. Any that you tried from me that made you particularly envious?
That, Tom Collins.
Yeah. John Collins.
Sam. So I can't remember anything about the wines yesterday, but I was really impressed with one or two of those wines yesterday.
Yesterday with the main, even though I gave the rest to you because I was so pissed.
Yeah.
That white wine with the turbot was really nice wine. That was really nice indeed.
And that second dessert wine you had at Gordon Jones.
That was good, yeah.
And again, another shout out to Bull Rush. Their little Bristol syrup and soda. That was like really, really nice.
So that's your best soft drink?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't have any soft drinks that blew me away.
And again, the rest of the time I was only kind of really drinking beer. So like Sheer Drop gets a shout out for just being a sick beer.
Yeah,
Hounslow.
yeah,
but
for sure. Best bar/pub we've been to on the trip?
we haven't been to that.
No, we haven't really, no.
So that one in Bristol was nice.
Yeah, I was going to
Because
say that. Yeah.
we could both drink.
We were just both on the sesh. So.
Yeah. Any thoughts about season 3? Series
No,
3?
not really. I've been so engrossed with today, thinking of scores in my head,
Yeah, we've been
and
busy.
not really changing them that much. No, not really, actually. We've discussed maybe doing something like this again, which I would love.
Yeah, I'm
I
liking
would-
the fine dining for sure.
I would absolutely love, but I do love the idea of doing something days in a row but different each series. So I can't think of anything else, but I'm not good with like ideas like that, I think. Because this was your idea, wasn't it, the 14 days? Oh no, I remember. we were smashed in the garage where we are now, and we were shooting the shit about Series 2. And we were like, oh yeah, man, like 31 days in a row. And then we were like, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like we couldn't afford it.
And whistled, oh god, no.
Our waistbands couldn't take it.
Jesus. Yeah.
I think that's one thing, is like, I don't know, it's difficult for non-smokers to understand, but having like a lovely meal and a glass of wine and then a cigarette or two to wash it all down.
Yeah.
It's like smoking, like eating like this, eating well, really begets smoking.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
does.
something you have to knock on the head once it's over. Get back on that vape full time, and then bun that fucking shitty thing off. So I think from like that point of view, 31 days would just be insane.
It'd be nuts,
Our
man.
stomachs, livers, and lungs would struggle to keep up. But yeah, we were discussing. I was like, no, it's too long. It's too long.
You were right, because I was like, no, man, like, let's do it. But
And then I was like, 14 days. We should 14 days, man.
yeah.
And because we were so drunk, I got very overexcited and like shouting.
We were running around the house at 3 a.m, shouting 14 days.
And then the next day, I come home from work.
Can I tell a little
Yeah. Go on.
prefix before this? So it was about 2 or 3 a.m. We got off food and went upstairs and stuff. And I was like going into my room. And Theo comes down the hallway. And he's like speaking at the top of his voice, being like, "Yes, good idea. 14 days. Like, yes, this is." I'm like, "Okay, man. Like, cool. Like, yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. And then finally got you to piss off, basically. You're being so fucking loud. And then yeah, so the next day, as you were saying.
Well, no, you go on. Mum was asking you about it.
So the next morning, Mum and Dad were like, "What the fuck is 14 days?" And I was like giggling like a little schoolgirl, like, nothing. I don't know what you mean. They're like giggling away. I think I might have... No, I don't think I did tell them, actually.
No.
I adverted it the whole day, because they kept asking me, and Mum kept taking the piss. Being like, 14 days! Like, shouting it all day. And I was like, running up to my room, like, oh god.
So I get home from work, and the parents are hunting in the garden. We're having like a little chat.
It's summertime, having a little G&T, a little chat. Yeah.
And Mum was like, "So Theo, what the fuck was this 14 days all about?" And I was like, "I have no idea." Like, a completely straight face, just like, "What are you talking about?" Because I didn't remember any of this. I was far too trashed.
Yeah. And then I sidled up and told you, didn't I? And you just burst out laughing. Did anything kick in after I told you, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it kind of it brought back some of the memories.
That was...
I didn't think I was being so loud. I think that's what.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I didn't remember it, so literally straight face, no idea.
And that was a good few months ago, wasn't it? So it did take us some time. Sort of, we didn't get into gear in terms of arranging this until
About
a month ago.
Let's have a look at the.
I think I had a look, and it was like beginning of October.
Yeah, October we did all the bookings.
Yeah.
So we actually started to kind of.
Well, yeah, we came up with some lists and whatnot.
Yeah, we're talking about like where we wanted to go potentially, and yeah, it's the 7th of October. I've got 5th of October for Pozzies and Tacos. So yeah, about 5th of October. So we started it. We didn't actually get down to business to brass tacks until less than a month beforehand.
Yeah,
Which is why we were lucky to get Menu Gordon Jones.
Oh my god, thank fuck we did as well, because
For the restaurant of the trip. And
Yeah.
one of our dishes of the trip.
yeah, thank fuck for that, honestly. So glad we got that restaurant. What a spot of luck, eh?
Yeah.
Thank fuck you signed. So, I think we discussed it, but a quick rehash. Theo signed himself up to the waiting list, and whereas, honestly, if I didn't get the table, I would have been like, fuck it, like, whatever. And again, thank fuck you did, man.
Yeah, well, the stars aligned, because normally I don't answer phone numbers I don't recognise. And I was getting a phone call from Bath, and I was like, what the fuck is going on there?
Yeah.
But, just in case.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's Menu Gordon Jones. I was like, angelic voices descended from the heavens.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, 1,000 times yes.
Oh, what did you say?
No,
You said,
don't-
I need to speak to my dining partner. What did you say last night as well? You said something like, oh, wait for my partner to come back or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, a couple of Nancy boys having Irish coffees and whatnot.
But then when there were two women that came in, and the waitress was like, "Oh, you can sit anywhere you want." And I'm like, "Oh, I think we're sitting over here." And then she was like, "Oh, a nice romantic spot by the table,
By the table.
by the window."
Those chairs are very conveniently placed behind the table. Good choice.
A nice romantic spot by the window,
Yeah, yeah.
which I thought was very presumptuous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Just because we're in Brighton doesn't mean everyone's a bender.
But it could also, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's played off as like friendly, quirky. Because if they said that to us, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Who the fuck do you think we are? No, I would have laughed and found it quite funny, so yeah. Maybe they're regulars. Maybe not.
Maybe they came in holding hands. I wasn't paying that much attention. So yeah, most bangable waitress.
Go on. No, yeah, keep that off air. But cut it. Is it the
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like not even just waitress, like person. Keep it.
Pod. I think we've rounded up pretty well. I've got
Yeah. Big thank you to anyone who's managed to stick around for this long.
yeah.
Big thank you to anyone who made it past the first episode.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
fuck, man.
Good effort. It's-
Oh, so embarrassed about that.
Cheers, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. So embarrassed about that. But in hindsight, I think I was just being a little pussy.
Yeah, it was anyone who knows us knows that's fucking part of the course, so...
Yeah, exactly. Get it out of the way, done. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the episodes. A couple in particular, I think I'm looking forward to.
I think
listening to
Takeaways
more.
will be a good one.
I think that will be good fun.
Because that was our first restaurant? No, so Titera scored below 400, below 500, for you at least. I scored a bit higher, but not with the revised score.
What are you going to do about Clark's?
Oh, that's just going to be a little
Just,
tidbit.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Fair enough. No, happy with that. I was just... Because what was the raw audio? 10 minutes, like,
Yeah.
pretty much on the dot. It was...
You can add 45 seconds for the intro.
Yes. Oh, and what an intro as well.
Oh, fucking hell, have we really gone this whole time?
I think
Without
not for a proper...
shouting out.
Yeah, it's quite
Oh
bad.
man, Christy.
Dude, I've been sitting at work upstairs, sometimes playing that intro like 10 times in a row. It's so good, man.
Absolutely killer.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much. Again, he mixed intro for Series 1 as well.
Yeah.
And like, he did both of these within like a day. I've sent him random skits that we thought would be fun.
Yeah.
And he mixed that together, and it was his inspiration. I can't believe we didn't even think about like the Wu-Tang, the Biggie and the...
Doom Food album.
So thank you so much, man. Honestly, I think you've lent the podcast so much character, and for all the first-time listeners who are hearing that,
It's such a good intro. It
Yeah.
really is, yeah.
it fucking sums this trip up so well.
Yeah. It's gone by so quickly as well, because obviously the first series,
Dragged fucking on.
it
and
went on forever.
Yeah.
Wait, it went on forever.
So I just need to wait for my partner to find bollocks.
The first series went on forever, but I think that was the name of the game. That was the challenge.
Yeah.
Whereas I think calling this a challenge is cheeky.
Quote unquote. Yeah, it's definitely gone a lot quicker and a lot more enjoyably.
Well, and just being able to travel and do different things and whatnot. For me, it hasn't felt like a challenge at all.
No.
I am looking forward to just chilling out and not eating out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Of course I could. Take me somewhere. I'll eat.
Yeah, I'm going to start get back on the running as well.
Yeah, I need to lose some weight.
Oh, did you rate yourself?
I didn't. Shall I go do it quickly?
Go on.
Oh, fuck it. Alright.
Bit of pod fod.
If I don't come down, that's because I've shut the scales out the window and just
Right.
poured myself a whiskey and gone to bed. Right, let's wrap it up. Thank you for listening. Adios. The fact that I'm out of breath from running upstairs.
Fag in mouth there.
Fag in mouth, beer in hand. Fat, drunk and broke. Drum roll. I'm not happy. I wish I didn't do that now. Right, we're at the end of the day.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm wearing heavy clothes.
I heard you have a shit as well. What do you make?
I try to squeeze out as much poo as possible.
That's KFC's.
The scales are wafty. I'll stop making excuses. I have put on 4 kilos. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
That's not far off a stone, is it?
Fuck, is it?
How much?
Let's not delve too deep, but
Damn.
yeah, that's more than I was expecting, even. And I was expecting the worst, so
It's over half stone, though.
yeah. I'm not actually trying to sort myself out at all here, but the scales are shitty. Let's say between 3 and 4. So, yeah, right. Yeah, fuck me. I'm going to go on a hardcore diet, and yeah.
As I said, I think we're built with different genetic stock. Like, I think I take it after our dad's dad, and you take after our mum's dad.
Yeah, I put on weight at the drop of a hat, seriously, yeah.
Yeah, my weight fluctuates a lot, but when I do put on weight, it's like a little beer belly and chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
And I've definitely built up a bit of a belly after this, so that's why I want to get back on the running. And
I would have liked to have done a comparison, but the only reason we're doing this is because I knew what I weighed before this. So.
I had a rough idea, but not really.
So if it was a kilo or 2,
I wouldn't
or a
know.
kilo, you wouldn't
If
know.
it was, my weight fluctuates between about 80 and 85. So
Oh, that's quite a lot, yeah.
yeah, it could have been like the margin of error is unlikely unless it's fucking unless it's 100k. It's not gonna.
Yeah. God damn. Oh, on a depressing note. No, I knew it. I knew it.
Season 3.
I was sitting at work and I could
Eating a hash brown.
Oh, don't. You're gonna be sick. I had so many hash browns today.
Yeah, this trip has done it for.
But I've been sitting at my desk and I can feel it, so that's never a good sign.
Yeah. No, for Crimbo as well. Get that bikini body going.
Yeah. Fuck this. No, I wouldn't recommend the trip to anyone. No, to be
hate fun.
expected.
Yeah, well, because it was just such big meals every day.
Oh, there was definitely some meals where we forced ourselves to have the whole shebang, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have a formal rule of like 3 courses.
No,
Imagine like
for sure.
I've been editing the Thai Terrace episode today,
Yeah.
and goddamn, if we don't talk about how full we were.
Yeah. I think 3 courses would have been disastrous in some places.
Forced down the odds of harm though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's something that we have addressed briefly, but it's not even 14 days, is it?
Oh, yeah, so
13 days, so we've really...
Yeah.
13 episodes in a series is...
I'm down for bonus episodes, and it's a very easy subject matter to bonus episode on.
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy to drop a few bonuses where we can and whatnot. So maybe we'll think about...
I mean, it won't be anytime soon with it, but...
No, but we can think about it for sure. 13 is a bit lame.
It's a shame. Well, it takes us to 44 total episodes.
Yeah, I'm up for definitely a bonus episode somewhere along the line. I think you'll see how it goes.
We need to get that outreach as well. So I feel like the season 2 is probably a lot more listener friendly.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. For sure, it is actually. It's more listener friendly, but at the same time, it's trying to break into a
More saturated market.
way more saturated, yeah.
So we're saying, I think that's it.
I think we're done, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Christy, kick that shit.
I think it's time for you to start to seriously consider salads.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Let me get off my car before you flip it over, you fat fuck.
I don't like food. I love it.
Keep feeding. Lunches, time to eat. Yo, I know the perfect meal for you.
Come down to eat.
Jesus Christ, is that all you people do? The lunch we had with Jim and Woodchip.